Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Join Dota League Season 3, Game number 2 in the Division 1 here. Power Rangers meets mYinsanity, Belarus versus Serbia, and both teams, for me at least, the same caliber, and we saw it last game. It was close. Like, the game was lasting 41 minutes, and I can say without lying that for 20-25 minutes it looked like mYinsanity is having the upper hand and will finish this eventually. Good fights, securing Roshan, getting the mid-racks, starting to chip down even bottom, the tier 3 fall there, but the problem was that Power Rangers at a certain point it just took over the game. They kept on with the farm, they got even more XP out of certain fights, they got nice turnaround fights, like they really chased them out of their base and then got here and there some kills. A bit RNG was involved there, and like I was a bit skeptic about J4's black holes, but Jesus, he had awesome black holes except for one, but even that one solo play of him was a nice attempt of getting something done. Either way, it is a game number 2 in a 2-game series here, and we're gonna see who is the better team, or maybe they come out with a tie here. There's a good chance we see this, because as I said, both teams, they couldn't be closer in skill in my opinion. My name is HeflaTV, and with me is casting Mito. Let's go, let's look into the draft.
Wow, directly looking at the draft, I'm actually somewhat surprised there's no respect ban for Centaur. Last game, Cheshire Cat, he has some really big plays. I think one of the biggest game changer will have to be the fight at bottom tier 2, where he got a jump on 4 heroes, get them stunned up, set up perfectly for the Enigma to follow up. And that pretty much sealed the deal right there. Sure, there were times where mYinsanity could have came back, but for me that was the breaking point right then and there. Jumping into this game, however, we're looking at some very different drafts. It feels like the Faces Void was a counter pick towards the Skyrath mage. It's like, hey, we don't want to give you guys the combo, so we're gonna break it up. We're gonna grab the Earthshaker and Faces Void for ourselves.
Yep. Actually, we had a viewer who said in chat, like, I'm always reading a bit chat so I can communicate with our viewers there. Like, someone said Power Rangers, they're gonna pick Earthshaker. They said that for the first draft, but in the end it wasn't Earthshaker. But now, Earthshaker on the second one, I definitely like it. The Earthshaker for... it's kind of funny because the Earthshaker, not much changed about this hero. I mean, you know, we are still in the aftermath of 6.8 and 6.81, both patches A and B, but... How can I say this? Like, I mean, the Earthshaker, nothing really changed except the mechanic that you can't, like, Ancient pull anymore, like, creeps into the Ancients. But, I don't know, like, I don't know why he got so popular, because before that it always felt like he was the same hero. You can block certain heroes in, like, with a nice angle on the offlanes especially. But I don't know, for some reason they kind of discovered this hero, and so many teams pick it up right now, and I like it. I mean, I really like it.
Yeah, it's interesting because the hero actually received a nerf, but its popularity has risen ever since. If we really have to pinpoint exactly why, it has to be somewhat... It's more of a really good counter initiator, and perhaps right now there are just so many good jumping initiating heroes. It's a perfect combo breaker up against the Shadow Demon. Skyrath Mage, not so much, but the Fisher block can potentially save lives. But yeah. I have no idea why either. As to
I don't know. It like Earthshaker. The cool thing about that here is that he's so versatile. I mean, besides the Fisher, like which can like block an entire creep wave, block heroes in or out. It always depends on the perspective, and of course there's also this huge burst damage, the huge burst damage that's coming in from the Acro Slam. It takes a while till he's of course online, unless he had like an awesome roaming time at the start, or who knows. But then later, like an Earthshaker, we've seen even in the past week Earthshakers that pretty much ruined your day, like as in you being the team, and you thought like, oh yeah, we go high ground, and then bzz, vooms, you just had a 4-man Acro Slam with a follow-up Fisher, and then whatever other big fat ultimate on top of it, and this really ruins your day, because it comes all of a sudden. I mean, you expect it sort of, but just one mistake in positioning, and you're screwed. You're completely screwed. But let's not just talk about the Earthshaker, because we got something even more interesting there. I mean, the Faceless Void, okay, boring guy with a blue bubble. Sure, often picked. Now Power Rangers is going to utilize it, but the Tinker there, a lot of boom and bzzz and pew pew.
Oh yeah, Tinker is by far my favorite hero. This hero has been so popular as of late, ever since Arrow Gaming used it, and then with DDZ just going to town, like destroying everyone during the TI4 qualifiers. And then at the summit, we see Excalibur destroy DK with it. And ever since then, it feels like that hero is just considered a top tier pick. Some teams have even first picked this hero, but I still feel there are just so many good counters to the hero. It's not like, oh no, Tinker is the key to success, the key to victory. Kunkka is pretty good because of the X mark the spot, but I would say Storm Spirit is pretty much all the spirits are good against Tinker. Ember Spirit, the Sleight of Fist you can just use it in the trees. The cooldown 6 seconds. Storm Spirit, needless to say, the zipping across the map, there's nothing you can do about it unless you go for a Lincoln Sphere on a Tinker, and that's just forcing you to go for an additional item when the hero is already so farm intensive.
It's pretty interesting though that they didn't ban the the Storm Spirit, because I really feel like I think I casted alone in the last month like 2 or 3 matches where we had a Tinker and then a Storm Spirit picked against him, and it always worked out absolutely nice. Like, because the Storm Spirit, he doesn't care about barriers on the map. He's just zipping into the forest, into the jungle, over trees, over high grounds, whatsoever. Like a Plink on a Tinker, it just won't help you. So you always have to make sure wherever I go, is the Storm Spirit somewhere else, or could he fast TP in, or anything like that. So you really gotta be fast and aware of the map. And yeah, some Tinkers, they just fail on a good Storm Spirit.
Yeah, and there's still plenty of other counters. To name a few, Clockwork, Bat Rider, I mean, even Vengeful Spirit to a certain extent. So third pick Tinker, it opens a lot of room for mYinsanity to play around with. Plus, this hero is so farm intensive. If you grab a good jungler, say Enchantress, you could disrupt a lot of Tinker's farm, like putting on a lot of early roaming aggression. And if this Kunkka gets, say, 2 to 3 levels into X mark the spot early, that's pretty much a guaranteed kill. And Kunkka, we haven't even talked about it, but he's great against Faceless Void as well. If you use X mark the spot right when he's about to jump away, well, that Faceless Void is coming right back to where he belongs, and it could guarantee a fairly easy kill.
Yep, absolutely. It's also Tinker Kunkka. That's quite a nasty combination. Like if Tinker really tries to run away, then the problem is, for example, that the X mark the spot, like the time between you getting X marked and then being put down on spot, is, for example, not enough for a rearm, unless it's rearm free. But everything till rearm free is not fast enough. For example, let's say you were helping yourself till then with a Ghost Scepter or Ethereal Plate or something. You won't make it till you're on spot, and that means you are in that torrent, and then you're open to all the damage there. This is really, really dangerous, and all the Kunkka needs is, of course, a bit of vision. As soon as that's level 4 X mark the spot, it is really, I wouldn't say a direct counter, but it's something that can ruin Tinker's day. Either way, we have to look through the rest. I mean, we have again a Vengeful Spirit being banned out, and I don't know if that Bristleback is more of a respect bun, but I guess they were kind of impressed by Smy's Bristleback last game. Unfortunately, he fell, I don't know, a bit apart. Like, he felt so strong in mid game, but then later there was just too much damage coming. There was just too much damage and also too much initiation on him. The lasso was mostly putting him in place, which means he got like half of his damage like pretty much in his face, which is his vulnerable side apparently. But I don't know. So it's banned. And on the other side, Death Prophet, which is interesting because mYinsanity, they just played actually awesome Death Prophet, and the Viper also being banned out.
And there we go, the Clockwork. And there's a couple of sick ways to play around this now, right? If you have a Clockwork that has Aghanim Scepter and you have a Kunkka, you can always X-mark the Clockwork. He hooks in, disrupts a little bit, and then gets X-mark right back to safety. And I'm really dying to see the 6.9k MMR player who introduced this new Kunkka style, where you get, say, a Battle Fury, a Daedalus, and a couple of Divine Rapiers, Blink Dagger, and all you need to do is X-mark yourself, blink in, hit a creep, get the massive 2.2k crit, destroy an entire team. Right now, I'm fearful for Power Rangers though. Their lineup, everything feels like it's revolved around the Faceless Void Chronosphere. So it's most likely going to end up being a make or break, you know. If he gets a perfect Chrono, everything's going to work out beautifully. You throw down the Chain Frost, you throw down the Fissure, run a bunch of the machines, whatnot. But should the Chrono miss, it's going to be much harder to set up for anything else. Sure, you have the Fissure, but what happens, say, when a Clockwork hooks your Tinker? Who's going to save him? And right now, I just don't think there's any answers to the initiation from mYinsanity.
Yeah, absolutely. This is really the only downside of the current Faceless Void or utility offlane Void strategy. That of course he is very vulnerable. As in, if he misses a chrono, then you can pretty much go back and just wait till the next one, because that's where your fight is evolving around. You're absolutely right. When it comes to external damage inside the chrono, I'm not too impressed at the moment by Power Rangers. I mean, we have March of Machines, rockets, and stuff flying in. The Lich is probably the candidate with the highest damage potential, as in if there's like really 2 or 3 targets inside the chrono, then it might really bounce all the time between them, which of course hurts a ton. But then again, we also saw a lot of lucky. I mean, we must not forget, Lich's ultimate is an RNG monster. It is just an RNG monster. Sometimes there's just, I don't know, a little necro chasing somewhere, and it's just, this is the bounce it's going to, and then it's running out of range for another like consecutive bounce, and then your entire Lich ultimate is just wasted. But of course, then again, we have some nice things coming out from that ultimate. It is a BKB interrupt, what most people don't know, but the initial blast actually interrupts even through magic immunity, which is always good, because the later the game goes, the more often we see like BKB TP out attempts. Last game, I can just remind you guys there, I don't know, we saw by Moon, I don't know how many BKB TP out attempts, 2 failed, but I think 3 or 4 or 5 got through. Easy for him, but with the Lich, you always have to fear that there's the interrupt, and that's, yeah, that's kind of a good thing then for the later utility. Either way, Venomancer came out as the last one, which means we have some AIDS push coming, and that of course hurts a lot. A lot of wards, a lot of slows, and damage over time. And there are some candidates that are kind of vulnerable towards this damage, like especially Kunkka, Scaraf, Mage, Clockwork. Then again, they have a Darkseer. And a Darkseer, we're gonna see a mech, we're gonna see a pipe, like the typical super tanky little blue bugger that's coming out, and a lot of this damage is gonna be absorbed. So I think this Venopick comes down to tower push, hashtag sustain. So he's gonna be one of those guys picking up arcanes with the Earthshaker. The mech maybe on him as well. That's pretty much his role. Either way, let's just introduce the teams really fast. Just pick a side.
Alright, I'll take Power Rangers then. Quickly introducing the players. So we're going to have FNG playing as a support Lich, and then we're going to have Chishacat, probably going to be the offlane Venomancer. Moon, of course, once again going to be on carry. This time he'll be playing the Faceless Void. J4 going to be playing as the support Earthshaker. Finally, we have Shaklo playing as most likely the mid solo Tinker.
Yep, and Shaklo is actually a good Tinker, and I like him like personally a lot. I don't know, all those viewers who watch HeflaTV for a long time or quite often over the week, you know that I'm a fan of the Combat Tinker build. But the problem is, like, Shaklo actually played it, I don't know, not even too long ago. I think last week I casted last time Power Rangers, but the problem is about this build, it can go horribly wrong. So let's see what he's gonna do today. Either way, they're asking what's up, but mYinsanity, it took them quite a while till they joined the lobby for the second game. I think they have some problems. I just hope it's nothing that can't be fixed. Garta, man, why are you AFK? Either way, I'm gonna introduce them. Garta, the guy we just talked about, he's gonna play the Kunkka. Victor here is playing now the Darkseer. Like, I really like Victor as well. Like, he's an awesome offlaner, hashtag jungler, sometimes Smite on the Razor. Key again on the Scaraf Mage, and Cuisine, the Nature's Prophet from last game, is now a Clockwork.
Well, there is something that I've been dying to discuss. Instead of, say, either Venomancer, Earthshaker, or Lich, if we could substitute one of them for Jakiro, I would say that would be amazing. I think Jakiro suits their lineup a lot better. It provides a little more counter initiation. It also provides good pushing, good slows, and it's a tanky support.
What do you think about Chishacat, like picking up the Venomancer and Moon the Void? Because it's fairly interesting. I think 90% of the teams are playing the Void as a utility Void in the offlane, because they don't care about his farm. They say like, okay, all you have to do, get level 6, then come with the chrono, we get some kills, and based on that you're gonna get your farm, which is then equal to what you would have had in a safe lane. Now we have Moon picking it up, which means this is like a really like a farming carry Void in a dual lane, or maybe even aggressive tri lane, but it doesn't look like it because J4 is going top at the moment. But oh god, there's already no. I thought they might actually meet each other, but either way, so it's pretty interesting the approach Power Rangers going in here. They don't put the Void alone in his lane. They just, yeah, go for dual lanes. Delicious supporting him, which is of course additional levels and some lane control, because yeah, every some seconds there is the deny. But let's see how this works out. So jDL3 in a farming role on the safe lane, which is an unusual role for him.
This 2-1-2, I feel like Power Rangers lineup, if they can withheld during the early first 10-15 minutes, they should be fine transitioning into the mid game. But mYinsanity, their lineup just looks beautiful right now. Perhaps not the laning, because if you look at the laning, Venomancer plus Earthshaker should do fairly nicely up against solo Clockwork.
Yep.
Down at bottom, Razor, I feel Razor's still going to have the upper hand, but he will be missing quite a bit of last hits because of the Lich. But nonetheless, I feel a lot comes down to how the game progresses during the early game phase. Once again, this Tinker's Tinker's Boots of Travel plus Blink is going to be crucial in dictating how the game is going to progress, in my opinion.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm only worried about the Void, of course, at the moment. Like, we have Smai, who can pretty much drive him out all the time with a static link. Then here on the side we have, of course, Ki, who can do his harass. He's standing directly under a sentry ward, so they know exactly what's going on. But I don't know, with Victor then rotating out of the jungle, maybe in that lane, it could get quite dangerous, especially if they get the Void after a time walk. That is the interesting part. The first time walk, for example, would be out right now, and just imagine now a slow on Moon and then, for example, Ion Shell just chasing him. That's really the dangerous part. Like in the mid, I'm really curious who's gonna come out as a winner here. That's really the interesting part. Garda versus Shachlo, Tinker versus Kunkka. That's a fairly uneven matchup as such. Kunkka still one of those melee heroes, of course, that can do quite a lot of harass just because of the Tidebringer, and of course he's going Tidebringer first. But Shachlo, I mean, he's gonna have, I guess, his bottle by minute 2.5, or both will. And then it's all about like who's gonna stand in a torrent, rotations, etc. But this is also like one of those matchups where you don't need a rotation necessarily to get a kill. Like it might just happen, and that's why also HeflaTV has to be really careful with the camera. Always have an eye on that one.
I hope you keep tabs, but I feel mid, wow, Shachlo needs to be really careful because he's almost out of regen. He only has one tango left. Still 100 gold away, well actually 50 gold away from his bottle, but Goddard, he could potentially net a kill right now if Shachlo's not careful.
It's a really close one. He needs like another Tidebringer and then an awesome torrent, but yeah, Shachlo has the bottle right now, buying it. Courier is on the way. Of course it's a slow Courier, but still, like, he should be fine unless, yeah, we have something happening right now in the next second. So, by the way, missing first bloods. I actually missed 2 first bloods last week, but that is also, the biggest part of that is me being super tired, casting like, I don't know, 15 hours a day with Coucher. Then at some point you're just like, either way, the bottle is there on Shachlo, and now that should be just fine for him.
Yep, and let's see,
is
he gonna be going
oh no, this is not it, sorry. But Victor actually rotated in there on the offline as I expected. But oh, now he's following here jDL3, and oh, Christine is gonna get in. But the problem is nope, going in there, that might be a mistake. But nice Fisher, this Fisher really saved his life.
Yeah,
and bottom, there's a slow here on FNG, and FNG really low, and now with all the static link, they want to go for it. Who gets the first blood? Moon gets it. He's gonna get the bonus, and now he still has a time walk, but there are the right clicks. Where are the bashes? Where are the bashes? Bash. No bash. Smai. So far pretty lucky, but oh, with the time walk, he's gonna get a double kill. He's gonna get this double kill. First blood and double kill. Easy peasy. 3 kills happening here on that bottom lane. That's the last lane I expected, to be honest, that something is happening. But with this rune and the Scarab Mage coming from behind, I like the decision of Power Rangers. Like, to just like, oh damn it, I'm slow. Like, if we just run, I die for sure, and you might be in trouble as well. They were like, okay, let's try it. Let's just turn around on the Scarab Mage. He's one of the heroes with the lowest HP pool and the lowest strength base gain, or base strength gain, this way around. But yeah, it was a good decision. First blood and follow up. Perfect.
Oh man. Who would have expected a Phases Void to be able to get a double kill so fast?
Oh, but in the mid Garter, maybe a bit overthinking, but there we come, J4. This Fissure was everything but good, but now Victor, he is getting body blocked, and that Fissure is blocking him out. There is a nice torrent, but the right clicks will be just enough, so yeah, he's going down, and Kunkka is coming back with a haste drone. Is there something he can use? Oh, that Typinger, that won't do much. This is a level 2 Typinger, and of course Kunkka only brown boots, but oh, he's going here on the Tinker, but there is the laser. That means he does not have a follow-up hit. Nope, this is more or less just harass what he can do here.
Oh man, a lot of blows were exchanged at mid, but ultimately Kunkka wasn't able to get a kill. Unfortunate.
Oh, Christine diving deep under the tower. What you do, my friend? You're dying here. There's one last tower hit, and look at this ward.
Right.
The ward! The ward is killing him!
Oh.
That was just a residual ward from the wave he farmed before, but it was exactly in his exit path, and that way Christine is just giving away this kill. I know they tried to like search him up and get the Venomancer and the Cogs. That might have been a kill, but still under the tower with poison on you all the time, all this AIDS being spread, and Venomancer, he couldn't ask for more. He's level 6, level 3 Plague Wards, like of course with the level 1 poison sting permanently applied on you. This is quite some harass, of course.
Oh man, oh man. Once this Clockwork gets level 6, wow, how is the Tinker ever going to be able to survive? That is a question that I am pondering right now.
It's pretty much the same thing, and there we have it. This time he is in the Cogs. There is a rotation, but till this one is in, it should be. But oh, he's being stunned. This is a follow-up kill. Christine, he's going down, and J4's like, yeah, that's exactly what I need.
Okay, this is the kind of time if you're playing mid solo, you have to be careful. Once the Clockwork respawns, he has a choice to TP to any other lane.
Oh,
right now, Garter,
there's the boat! Boom! There we go. Garter is getting his revenge. Or rather, it's not even his revenge, he's taking the revenge for Victor here, since he was the one that died. But oh, bottom, the first corner of the match is there, and they focus here on the razor, damage being stolen, but of course, it should be enough. There has been a slow here on the Void, but the Void has a time walk if he wants to, yes, and he gets it out.
Wow, Kunkka's atop. If Trishika's not careful.
Oh, the Plague Ward.
Smart play. Smart play.
This is such a painful hero. Like, I mean, I like to play him as well, but unfortunately, like, I don't know, it doesn't really work out in MMR games as you play like in team games, because I don't know, not many people like really like to work around those wards and stuff like that. But this way, it's really cool. He scouted out Poison Sting, always applied to the enemy, and yeah, the Kunkka's rotation. He lost a lot of experience for that, but oh, Christine's hookshot here off target. Now the assault is there, but oh, he doesn't get the fissure through, and now you're pretty much good. Oh, actually, he gets the fissure through, but it doesn't really matter. Like Smite just rotated in, and even Garter would have been there. But yeah,
wow,
let's see. Oh, Moon following here Key, and oh, tip bash, first hit bash. Now he's being slowed, and the Torrent, he is slowed, silenced as well, and now X mark spot. He doesn't even need that boat in my opinion, just direct clicks should be enough. That courier, well, that was also pretty dangerous, leading the courier in that fight.
Yep, and if we look at the Ancients, I'm surprised the Dire Ancient actually isn't blocked out. Even though there's not much stack right now, it's only 2 stack, but the Lich, this is probably one of the big reasons why they did the dual lane, is so that Lich can just keep on stacking the Ancient, go and eat creeps, and then come right back into the lane, and still be able to keep up in terms of leveling. I mean, we're almost 8 minutes in. Lich is doing okay, it's acceptable. I mean, he's level 5, almost level 6, with just a little bit more XP.
Ooh, it's Skype dropped. And they're back on those small paws, but yeah, this is gonna be a triple stack, as you already said. Delicious is gonna be responsible for that, and we also have Shachlo on. Yep, all the basic items are there. He got everything he needs to. He's gonna get to the double spot here. Perfect timing for him. He's gonna stack that camp perfectly. Like, I really like that, and he's doing it, by the way, like really like a pattern. But oh, we have a go here, Victor. But he has to be careful. There is another surge here, and I don't know if that's enough for Smite to catch up. I don't think so. I really don't think so. So in the meantime, yeah, Shachlo, like he's really playing that pattern through. Like he's going out always at minutes 6, 7, 8, or 9. Like in that range. As soon as he has the say the Soul Ring at level 6, then he's going to that double spot, and he's always leaving the mid, regardless of if there's creeps at the tower or not. Then mostly we have like one of Power Ranges taken over in the mid just to soak some XP, and then he's just stacking with the first march of the machines, and with the second one he's clearing up. Well, we saw it already, the Lich was stacking here the camp, but by the way, the camp is now blocked. We have here the sentry ward.
Yep.
So it's a bit of a cock block, but still, it's gonna be another 400 gold, like the double stack even. It's about 300 something if everything is combined. But oh, we have a go here on Victor, and again, first hit, bash. And there's the chrono. Whoever TP's in there is also gonna be in the chrono. A slow has been up, time walk in, out. The question is, can the Kunkka get him? Oh, there's a torrent, it's fishing, the boat on, he hits him! Perfect guess, and the boat is just obliterating. But here, Shachlo's coming in, they still have rockets, they still have laser if they want to, but no, they're not using it. Laser and rockets not used there on the Scarab Mage, and nice torrent again here on the Lich, and the Tidebringer is just getting him. X mark the spot, and there we go. Oh, he does not even get the Scarab Mage. Literally 1 HP. Look at this guy. 1 HP. This is just...
Wow, just amazing plays from mYinsanity. I got nothing to say. Like, that torrent was amazing. It calculated perfectly. Like, he knew Lich was going to try and dodge. And he put it a little further down, and then Lich walks right into it. And then just X-mark the Tinker. Man, some beautiful plays. And
but
it
I have to
delays
say,
the Boots of Travels.
Yeah, I have to say, though, like, this was more than fair. Like, considering that Moon has now the third time walk and first hit bash, I think this was just fair. Like, to survive with 1 HP here for the Scarab Mage. Like, I always had a strong feeling for justice and fairness, and if you got such a lucky void, then you might as well also sometimes survive at 1 HP. It's just fair in my opinion.
Oh man, if you only can predict just when you're gonna get the time lock. Right now it's all pseudo-random, right? If it's pseudo-random, that means Void, probably he can try and aim for like a couple of regular attacks and then just time walk over, and most likely he's gonna get the first hit bash. But regardless, let's see. I just don't feel like this Clockwork has been all that useful so far. No, he hasn't been finding any kills.
Like in the mid, he was part of it. I mean, he missed his hook shot, and he got a kill on the Venomancer, which he had to pay for though. And the other kill that was pretty much like a complete failure. Bless you. And
thank you.
Yeah, you're right. Like the Clockwork, not so much of an impact. And the same goes pretty much for the Darkseer. Like we haven't seen anything where I say like the Iron Shell is like really benefiting from it. But then again, he's farming now the enemy jungle as well. He has a Zoring. I don't know. Like he doesn't even have boots at the moment. Like his farm is fairly limited. Is there anything in the courier? No, there's nothing. Like I'm surprised by his low farm.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually something I expected him to do since level 3. He should be checking these big camps. And if there are any stacks, he should be the one taking them. Just put it on the Iron Shell. Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to ward it, then you should at least make sure the Tinker isn't taking all the farm. And then, of course, the Ancient Camp is something that's always going to be a necessity to stop the Tinker.
Yep, and talking about the Tinker, we have the Tinker recipe there, but at the moment the Courier going first to the Venomancer, then to the Tinker. That's quite weird, to be honest, because Shachlo, he could use the stuff right now, but first he finds the Invisibility Rune, and to be honest, that might be interesting. Invisibility Rune, but no, he's gonna go here and to the triple point. This is the triple point where you can pull all the free camps, and you just have to stand here, and then that's easy peasy. If you do it at the right time, you can also stack those camps here, by the way. You just have to go a bit more south for it, but yeah, that's Tinker mechanics. So he's farming the enemy jungle as well. And now in the mid, we have the first initiative here of mYinsanity. They want to finish off that tower, and yes, it's getting there. Oh, but look at it. There is, though, a torrent. Yeah, there is the torrent. It is enough for the Scarab. Oh my god, the ultimate. The ultimate and the Echo Slam. It's just bouncing, and it's bouncing again. But funnily enough, 3 of them, they go down here. I can't even believe that. This ultimate was so good of the Lich. It was bouncing full duration on all of those heroes. And yet no one died, except for, of course, the Scarab Mage, which is a casualty you're always planning. He's like the guaranteed kill.
The power of the boat. The boat kept Razor alive, for sure. Look at his HP as he's walking back to the base. But I guess the game has started to change, because a couple of crucial items are online. We have the Boost of Travels on the Tinker, we have the Blink Dagger on Kunkka. Oh man, this is gonna be a sight to see. And Clockwork so far, I'm still waiting for those big hook shots. And it looks like Venomancer, Cheshire Cat, he's just been stuck at this top lane, just slowly whittling his way. I mean, just trying to take down this tier 1, but it's taking a very, very long time.
Yep, absolutely, and well, let's see. The Venomancer at the moment hiding, just placing wards, so Victor should know because there's new wards appearing. So apparently, yeah, Venomancer is obviously there. But let's see, with J4 on a nice block, Victor might be in trouble. He has now 1800 HP. Is that a dagger rush on him? Because he also went for the wall, he's level 9. So is he looking for that wall combo, wall vacuum, and screw boots, screw max, screw pipe, all these things?
Yeah, most likely. This is a Venomancer that I haven't really seen. This first item, Force Staff. I don't know. Well, he can get away from the clockwork because of it, but if the X-Mark comes in, it's not going to change much.
Nope, not really. At the moment, Shachlo is starting, of course, to farm like 1,300 gold on top of what he got already. That means, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see. Last time I saw him, he actually went for Dagon level 2 and then into Ethereal Blade. But let's see. First of all, I think we're gonna see a push here top coming out because there is already a small siege with the plague wards. Then again, we have two people in the background. Victor going bottom though. He wants to deny that tower, which is on 70 HP. So the story continues like in game number 1. mYinsanity, they get a lot of tower denies.
It seems like to be one of their specialties, tower denying.
Absolutely. And now, Kunkka was not quite enough range here for the X mark spot, but I don't know about top here. Something is coming up soon, because we have the Lich is there. We have here to the side hiding J4. Then of course, I don't know, Chisaka. Chisaka is at the moment sort of the bait. That's like the biggest thing. He's even trying to deny his own wards now because the Razor is farming them. But I don't know, like mYinsanity not really falling for it at the moment.
I just feel like Grazine as well as Key, they can be a two-man gang squad. Essentially, whoever they catch without a Force Staff is 100% guaranteed kill. And the rest of his team can just stick together and find pickoffs elsewhere. Because, I mean, the burst along for Scarrath plus a Clockwork is more than suffice at this point. And they should really capitalize on the fact that, hey, Tinker still doesn't have a Blink Dagger. We need to get rid of this guy.
Oh, but they're coming closer here, and Smai, he was looking to the side shop. He wasn't even buying anything, but just looking. Oh, but there's a chrono here on the Skyrath Mage. Easy peasy. But there has been the hookshot by Grazine. Easy setup. Oh, the vacuum back. He has time walk in about 1-2 seconds, but he's there. The boat, it has to hit, and it actually does hit. Now in the cogs, it should be. I can't even believe that. He actually managed to time walk out even with the assault, but now it should interrupt him. No! I can't.
No.
This is so lucky. It finished. Like, it ran out the second. Oh, but top, we also have an engagement. Venomancer actually getting Smai kill here. Smai almost getting J4. But yeah, this is gonna be tier 1 tower. But still, like, that was so lucky in the mid. Like, it was still ticking by the time he reached the Void. But then one more tick was missing to interrupt the TP, so Void is getting out there. So, yeah, luck is still part of Dota.
Oh man, like Hex's video says, luck is no excuse.
Yeah, but look at it. Top, another tower denied. No, the Skyrath Mage actually messing up the deny. So, yeah, they're not continuing the story of game number 1 where we had 5 towers denied for power ranges. So far we only have 1. But hey, there is still 4 to go. So we could still achieve our old numbers from game 1.
Right now it feels like mYinsanity. They're constantly looking for pickoffs. They're trying to find kills. But in fact they're playing chasing tails. Power Rangers, they're getting their farm. Everyone's having a good time. But if we look at the last hit chart, as a matter of fact, the top 3 are on the side of Power Rangers. mYinsanity, they just can't find their momentum right now.
And it coincides, of course, with the network which I display right now. We are already far in the game, but so far there was so much action and everything. That's why I'm a bit late on this graph. But yeah, either way, we have the top 3 farmers at the moment on Power Rangers side, and also having the first look into the graphs. mYinsanity, they had actually quite a nice experience lead. It started a bit for Power Rangers, but then almost 2.5k for mYinsanity, but now they nullified the graphs, or even a bit advantage now for Power Rangers, approximately 500, which is pretty much nothing. That's worth like a kill or so. But still, Power Rangers, again, the same symptoms, maybe of the same disease. Oh, Kunkka, super low, but now, does he want to turn it around? I don't think that's a good idea. He's a bit low HP for that one. But either way, they still might want to get him, but now he's just blinking out and that smoke won't get anything. Or maybe Christine? No, he's already out. But yeah, looking at the Goldcraft, 4k now for power ranges. Even there, they're relatively consistent, but like 4 minutes ago when they started here to fight, like made that nice trade in the mid, or like rather not so nice trade, but still power ranges, I don't know, they just farm better at the moment. And the longer the game goes, the better it will be. Oh, but here we have a go on the Skyrive Mage and he just explodes. He just explodes, but now the question is, do we have any follow-up? Victor's coming in, there will be a vacuum. Oh, but the chrono into the martial machines. Poor Victor, he has a mech, but does he get it through? Oh, he gets it through. And Christine is coming in, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. The boat doesn't find anyone, but now FNG, you gotta be careful. X mark the spot is still there, and there we have it. He's hiding here behind the tower. There's the ultimate. Is he casting it? No, he doesn't have the mana for it. He's given up. He doesn't want to use it, even though I think it might have been a good idea, because now Shachlo is coming in, at least getting that one kill, but oh, Christine wants to get him. The assault is on. Now guessing the right side. No, he went low ground, and now there's the laser. He just wants to block that side, but Marching Machines, he doesn't have a TP. That's a bad idea. Now, yeah, he is so dead.
Oh man, a huge misplay from the Clockwork Rosine.
Yeah, and FNG
right
is even laughing there.
Shachlo, he's got a lot of gold, and that's more than enough for a Dagon 1 if that's what he wants. Or is he gonna save up straight for E-Blade? Or saving up for buyback, perhaps?
No, this is E-Blade Rush. Oh no, actually, I don't know. Like as I said, like I really watched a bit Shachlo tinker, and he's I don't know, playing a variety of styles. But oh, in the mid, there's Torrent, boat, everything hits on Moon, but it won't be enough for a kill. He can still time-lapse out, but of course not without losing like 70% of his HP. And oh, look at this here. You shall not pass. Yeah, stop.
Oh man.
Oh, this is amazing. Just a nice line of wards. But either way, bottom is a bit the next candidate. There is a smoking. I mean, Sai was under attack. He got damaged by Shachlo, but Shachlo has to be careful. He's already TPing out, but maybe J4. Because there is a Kunkka. Oh, X marked the spot. Does he have the boat again? No, boat still on cooldown. But I don't know, Christine. There's the hookshot. He should be able to get J4, even with the X-Slam being used. Now the question is, does he get out of there? He gets a lot of damage, but nope, this is enough. He's getting searched out. The rocket, no, is following on the two closest targets. That was Garda and Victor here. So nope, that didn't work. Oh, but
Mage.
Oh, the Scarab Mage again. Mate, you should not go solo, my friend. It's just not working out. Not against the Void. The Void is like, oh yeah, that's a cool intermezzo. Like I only need 3 seconds and get a huge ton of farm. But now another try here by Gata. But again, this time there's a follow up, but no boat this time used. And I don't know, they get the plasma field. But Victor being locked in. Look at this Fisher. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. He can't go a step forth and back. Mech being used, but against the laser, just no chance. This Fisher was golden, and don't tell me this was planned. This was so lucky. Like this was just lucky. Man. He was in that small little pocket here. Like Fisher was going along this side and he couldn't go in or out. That was just beautiful. RNG is your friend today. We have invisibility rune on the Razor. Let's see if we actually gonna. No, we're not gonna see anything because this is too hot.
Well, I guess we found out what the Tinker is going for at the very least, picking up already a Soul Booster. It's going to be the Southeast Asian style where they go for the Soul Booster, like Bloodstone, and then start making the Dagon.
I hate this build. I hate this build so much, by the way. No, I really do. Like, it's... Well, we have to deal with it. Either way, Rocket Flare is scouting out Roshan.
I was actually wondering if he's going to go for Yules to counteract the X mark the spot from Kunkka, but I didn't think it was necessary. I feel like the usual E-Blade Dagon would have been suffice.
Then you might as well go BKB. If you go Yules, you might as well go BKB. It also protects you against other things. And Yules is not really worth it unless you want to have a setup, a setup against, like also offensive setup, as in Yules someone, rearming, going for a second combination. But no, like then you might as well go for the BKB.
Yeah, indeed. And Soul Booster, I think it's fine, because Tinker, if the game goes late, he does need to be able to stay alive. And if he dies, well, that might just mean the end for your team. But with a Bloodstone, you have such a short cooldown, you can just keep coming back into the fights.
No, it's the problem about the Tinker and the Bloodstone is that, like, I haven't seen a Tinker with Bloodstone in ages. Oh, nice Fisher here by J4. The Clockwork in the meantime got a solo kill top, but this Smai, he's getting a lot of damage here. It should be enough, but oh, he's still alive. He's still getting something through. Victor, he's getting the wall out, but that's pretty much his last step. Another time walk, Skyrock Mage being slowed, and the last Fisher, and of course Moon there. He's a happy guy, but yeah. We got at least the Venomancer, he died here. We see the last residual ward just dying. Christine got the solo kill there. Actually, it was not solo, it was the Kunkka helping him there. But of course, without the Kunkka there in the bottom lane, I don't know, Razor, Victor and the Skyriff Mage together, they couldn't really do anything. Even this, even the Mystic Flare has been just used passively. Like just to drive out Moon there. That's all about it. And Moon, now he got a BKB. And that means he doesn't really care about anything anymore. Oh, but in the mid, there's a boat. It's gonna hit Shaflo, but that's about it. He's like, okay, sure, yeah, use my bottle. Coming back in 2 minutes. Or rather, 20 seconds.
Goddard just wants to use up some mana because he's picking up the regen rune. But this is rather interesting. Oh, here we go. This is the Kunkka that I've been dying to see at the very least. X-Mark yourself, blink forward. Get those big crits, go back to where you were. Oh man, this game, if it drags late, it's gonna be a sight to see. I really, really want to see the Dark Seer plus bow combo. Oh
it's
man,
a crazy counter push measure, to be honest. Like I've seen games with that, like Kunkkas with double Daedalus and stuff like that. Like just blinking forward, taking out the entire creep, the entire push, even dealing crazy amount of damage, especially on a support. And it took the other team then ages to just break the high ground, but then again, I mean, this build is coming out very, very early. I mean, drums, face boots, and a chrysalis. You know what I mean? It's like, at the moment, it's not really impressive. So he does that combo, yeah, cool. But oh, Skyrath Mage exploding here. But with the stick, he survives 15 HP. Second time, he's really lucky with those low HP numbers. Last time, it was the boat that gave him HP, so he was one below. But Tinker needed just one right click. This time, also another right click away, but of course Tinker, he just didn't want to commit there more for it. But oh, Victor, really low, and even here, there's something missing by Christine, finding the opening on Shafla, and now it's all about getting it. Oh, nice chrono here, even the chrono here on Tinker on Smite. The question is now, does Christine get that kill? There's X mark the spot, so is that enough? Smite, I don't know, he had to, the Void has to go back, so Shafla is gonna die for sure here, and this is also a mega kill streak. Where did the Void go? Did he just... time-lapsed and just TP'd, I guess, because I had to look at the Tinker. He was the one earlier to die. But yeah, I guess, yeah, he TP'd out. I don't know.
I guess he forgot about suicide.
Oh, you mean the Tinker?
Yes. He could have gone for Bloodstone suicide. There was no way he was getting out there alive. He bought the time necessary, but with the suicide, he denies a little more kill. But
he had 2
I'm still
seconds
waiting
on his Blink Dagger, so maybe he was hoping that the Kunkka is not coming in, because he was getting away from the Clockwork, and the Clockwork didn't have anything anymore, but he didn't expect that the Kunkka has a Blink Dagger as well. I think this just surprised him, and yes, this is Tower Denied number 2 here, top tower. So we're getting closer to our number 5, like game number 1. Oh, but Smai running into the enemy here, getting lasered, rocket up, and for the second go, Shachlo just got the rearm pro, easy peasy. And now Tinker being slowed, another rocket flying, but oh my god, Ki, what you doing? Running into the marching machines, and the ultimate just flying for it, and oh, nice here, the boat on all 3 with the ultimate is coming out the poison over, but they are dead. What a nice combination, this was just sick.
Oh man, beautiful play from Goddard, and a beautiful bait from Ki, I suppose. We're like, oh no, what is he doing? But he has been the ultimate bait. And nice, I guess if you have watched Chinese professional players stream, they discuss a lot when they play support, right? One of the most important things is like to stay alive, and how do you do that? A lot of times is by sticking with, say, the big guy in your lineup. And right now the big guy will most likely be the Kunkka, because hey, even if you die, at least he'll be able to turn around and get a couple of kills in return. Yep,
absolutely. By the way, can you write that down and remind me after the cast? 27-24. Because
okay,
I'm gonna highlight this play. It was beautiful. Like, it was a beautiful little exchange. That's 10 seconds worth of sharing with YouTube. Either way, back to the game. It's time we look at the graphs again, because I don't know, it's 21 22 to 21, 28 minutes into the game. Roshan has respawned. We already had one Roshan up. This is gonna be Roshan number 2, and of course also perfect timing for the Faceless Void because he just found a double damage rune. And now it's all about, I don't know, like it looks so equal, and the crafts, they're gonna tell us how equal the entire thing actually is. So mYinsanity, they struck back a bit, down to 5k now, Power Rangers experience advantage, but oh, there's a hookshot. The hookshot is in the mid. It's gonna find jDL3, but he's just getting out of there, and now the question is, oh my god, he's blocked in here. No way you're getting out here. Or is he? No, the Tinker with the right clicks, he's just gonna get it, and Moon still chipping away that Roshan, but there's Smy. Smy coming in, already starting to steal damage on Moon, but Moon, oh, Chrono, and going back now, just he's just time walking and using the BKB as well. The Fisher actually blocking him in so he can finish Roshan. Ki is the next one to fall, and only Kunkka left. He gets a nice triple Torrent, but then it's like, nah, we give this up. So I don't know, talking about the crafts, I'm gonna show this craft, but when this one is updating, then Power Rangers is gonna have about 10k lead, because this is Roshan plus 4 kills, and this definitely hurts mYinsanity. They had 7,500, and in a minute I'm gonna show the crafts again. We are heading towards the 10k, and this Roshan and this follow up here maybe is gonna make it even worse. Maybe 11, 12k.
Wow, indeed. It feels like Power Rangers, they're just so much better at utilizing the map in this game.
Oh, there's a nice go here, the boat, but the boat is not connecting. And now he's just getting stunned up. Garter, big mistake. Echo Slam even being used. Jesus, they commit to it. There's a slow here, but Ki, don't make any mistakes. There's the ultimate again. It's not gonna bounce a second time, but maybe with Moon, yes, Moon is gonna find it. He doesn't even need any bashes. This is just going, but of course Moon now committed his time walk to it. That means it's getting a bit risky, but Christine, he doesn't have his full stuff ready. That's the problem. Plasma field not hitting, the rockets flying, and now it's only the Aegis down. I don't know, is there the void, oh god, the Chronosphere is done. The Chronosphere is ready if he wants to. Yes, he gets Christine with it. Victor would be the next target. There's no way to run for him. It's just Smy left. I have the Storm still on, but I don't know, they're gonna chase him or not? No, doesn't look like it. But again, 4 men down for Power Rangers, and all that only for 2 supports, which Def we didn't even see because that chase went completely in the other direction, and in the meantime those 2 supports died. But still, not a good trade. Not a good trade at all.
Indeed, and that was Garter's first death, but hopefully they'll be able to hold on to high ground. The high ground defense is immensely strong, and it's gonna be still quite some time before Power Rangers can break it. And fingers crossed, I want to see the 1 crit to rule them all.
Yep. I don't know. At the moment you see net worth, we have pretty much what we had already like 20 minutes ago after the laning stage. The 3 net worth leaders is really jDL3 on his safe lane Venomancer, then the offlane Void, and of course Shachlaw. They're doing all quite well. Usually we see a Tinker like, I don't know, snowballing in farm, like by that time, but he only managed to get like a 2k gold lead, which is not too much for 32 minutes. But then again, Power Rangers just equally shared it. But now we have a wraparound here, but oh, there was already a jump here. They go for Smy. Smy might actually be down. No, the rocket is not able to finish off. But now Garter's coming in. The boat is actually connecting here onto. Do we have more? No, there's the Chrono. 2 are in, and this is so much damage now. Moon turning around. He is godlike. I can't even believe it. And now Christine. No, he's blocking him out. The cogs on the right side. Garter is still around trying to do something, but it's just not working what they do. But oh, Christine is coming in. There's nothing coming. No, there was like, was he hoping for Garter to come in there? I don't know what that was, but nice hookshot, and they call GG. They're saying, guys, this is just over. So we see maybe the last action before the admin is gonna finish that game here. Smy, yes, he's gonna be the last victim of this fight. So Power Rangers versus mYinsanity here in the jDL3 Division 1. It is over. Power Rangers is the winner, and the admin is sleeping.
Well, I guess the big thing about this game was, now this is something we didn't discuss at all, but mYinsanity, they're a very gank-oriented lineup, but they're so incapable of taking towers, especially up against the Tinker and Faceless Void, Earthshaker, Fishers, and Venomancer Plague Wards. If we look at it, they only took 1 tower, and that was the reason why they couldn't really pull off the ganks, because they had no map control. anytime they try to initiate on anybody on the tower, the TPs come in immediately,
Yeah.
or some kind of countermeasure happens.
Absolutely, it was a beautiful game. Not as equal as game number 1, but still fair enough. Like, you see that there's a lot of potential in mYinsanity, but to be honest, I had the feeling that this game they did a lot of mistakes they haven't done in game number 1. That's why Power Rangers had such a hard job beating them in game number 1. But here, game number 2, it really felt that Power Rangers, except here and there some nice ganks like that combo which we saw at 27-24. But yeah, everything else, it was just good. Especially Moon on that Void, he did so much work. And yeah, either way guys, that's it for now. We have more games to come on our Facebook and Twitter. You can always check up the news. We have definitely another game at 21 CT. I'm not gonna stay online till then here on the channel, so channel is going offline between that. But yeah, we are coming back today. This is not the last game. And of course, follow us here on Twitch if you like what we do on our English channels, HeflaTV 1 and 2, and the channel HeflaMog. And on YouTube, if you missed the games and you're like, oh, seriously, so awesome games, I want to see them, I want to share them with my friends, go on our YouTube. mubot will tell you everything. So that being said, guys, see you later. Me too and HeflaMog out.